Hello and welcome you all to the fourth lecture of this complete DevOps project series, in which we are talking about job oriented things. Like by doing this only, you will be able to cover and understand. You will have the idea of almost every DevOps tools. So we have tried to include every single tools in this project, as you are aware of that if you are following us from the first video in which we have discussed the overall scenario end to end by writing code, by planning, by writing codes till the continuous delivery or deployment, you can say. And today we are having this build reusable module. This is today will be it is going to be the third and final module. The Terraform part will be closed for today, because in this video we will see now how to add EKS cluster and how to add multiple node groups. So that we will see today. And so today it is going to be I have to edit, just give me a second. So this is the fourth video, and build reusable module part 3 it is going to be final. So so in the third lecture, you are aware of that we have created the public and private subnet. We have created the routes. We have created the internet gateway. We have attached the route table. We have created the NAT gateway as well. And so let's go back to our code, and we will start from there itself. So if you haven't watched my previous three videos, please go back and must watch. After this, you are going to be a Terraform Pro. You will be trained as per the industry. You are now trained as per the industry level. So no worry about that. Just follow me from the beginning. Okay. So let me add. So if you're doing this Terraform scripting with me from the beginning. So in the last lecture, you will have got some error. So I understand, like you have done your code into correct way, or you have made your code correct, you have resolved the error. But let me walk you through what are the errors you will get. Like while copying only, I have done what, while creating the for root table association, I have copied here public here as well. But we are having four route table association, two with the public subnet in different availability zones, and two into private availability zones with different root tables. Okay, so you can see we have created three root tables, one two for public, and one for public and two for public and private. So let's start building today the EKS module now. So if you want to switch to 1.5 for better experience. Okay, so you are already aware how we do that. Go to modules, start creating the folders. It is going to be AWS EKS, correct? After that, you have to create the three magical files: main.tf, variables.tf. Hope I have wrote correctly typed. And one more is output.tf, correct? Now we need the main.tf file. So from where we will get, you just have to Google it. You will get here's Terraform EKS, and you will land over this page. And what you have to do, you just have to copy and paste simply and do the modification as per your requirement. So I am taking this, I'm going back to my code, and this is the main, right? Perfect. And here, what are the things we need? We need to variabilize the cluster name. So let's define a variable for that. EKS EKS cluster name, again a variable for, I don't think much we need, but let's define a variable for tags. Okay, and here we will assign the variable var dot EKS cluster name. We did not see the tags part here, so let's add this tags equals to var dot tags, correct. So now you have to keep these two variable where into, these are variable, it will go to variable.tf file. Fine. Okay, and now see, we are listing here the list of subnet. So minimum subnet you have to keep. If you will go to that page, check for subnets. Subnet IDs. So list of subnet IDs you have to paste here. Why? Because it must be in at least two different availability zones. So we already have launched our things in two availability zones, right? 1A and 1B. So that is fine, correct. So let's variabilize this as well. Okay, we can't hard code, right? We are making it completely dynamic. So var dot subnet IDs, and for that what you have to do, create a variable subnet IDs and cut it, paste it to the variables, and you show, like here it is asking for some roles, right? So for that we have to create roles as well, correct. So how you will get the roles, you can check the same page here. So that role is mandatory because that only empowers your EKS cluster to do such things like node launching one more node and all, resource creation. Okay, so that permission you have to allow to your EKS cluster, right? Without giving the power it is not going to work. So these are the roles I have taken. Okay, so it should be dependent on two role. I already have the roles here now. So what you have to do, main.ta, where is my role? So this is a role for EKS cluster. Fine. And name, you can give it anything, this is just a role, so no need to much worry about that. We are assuming role here, correct. And these are the policies we have to use. So let me take some another policy instead of that, that is mandatory, this was the optional one. So variable AWS policy attachment. Okay, we can copy this same thing, not an issue, correct. And after that, which policy you will be thinking I'm going to use. So I have that here. So I will check container policy, container, search for that. Maybe I typed it typo, container. So this is the one what I need. Just click on that, just go back and here. Okay, and we already have the cluster policy here. Fine. And we need the policy ARN of this. So what we have to do, we just have to go back, it is still loading. Okay, so we can copy from here now, copied. What else we have to add? The policy ARN part, right? Equals to what? The one which we have copied, we have given the power, and we have to attach this policy with our particular role. So we have changed the name, right? This is now EKS cluster. Copy this, paste it here. Array. Hope I have given correctly. AWS IAM role, and sometime it just keep opening. Maybe I'm typing some AWS IAM role example. So this part is done, right? Now once this is done, what we need, we need some output, right? So in output, what do we need? We can output as of now the cluster name, output, or you can do it later, right? While doing coding only, you will be able to know, like when you will create the node group, it will ask you for the EKS cluster name. But I have worked on this earlier, so I'm aware of that, what are the things it is going to ask from me. Okay, so that is why I am doing. Okay, so I gave example only, so make sure in your code you will change. This is not a correct approach to do it, but let me follow with that. And name, fine, and let's copy and paste it to the correct place. So once we are done with this, we need now AWS node group, right, in which our container will get created and all, right? So again, go to module, again create a folder, not folder, it is a child module basically. EKS node, EKS node group, fine. Okay, let's move it there. Okay, now create the folder. Let's copy and paste better instead of creating, and let's wipe out everything. So going to main.tf, uh, we need the node group now. Just search in the same way. Okay, and you will get this block like this. So for the node group also, you have to provide some IAM roles. Okay, so don't forget that. We will do that, not an issue. So let's take this block. Okay, and let's modify it accordingly. I have pasted here, fine. Now let's start variabilizing. Variable EKS, it is asking for EKS cluster name. If you will hover there, it is asking for EKS cluster name. So let's give it, copy this variable and sign it here, var dot this. Do you want to variabilize the node group name as well? Okay, let's variabilize this node group name. So var dot node group name I gave. Here we have to provide the node ARN. So in this part, do we have passed the correct ARN here? Let's check. AWS IAM role example ARN, right? But we have changed AWS IAM role EKS cluster dot. Oh my god. Okay, now this is fine. In the same way, we need here node ARN. So node ARN, how we will get? We will get from IAM role only, correct? So let's check if we have the role. We have the role right here. Just take these all things from here. Okay, let me close this side as of now. So okay, we have the IAM role, and for what, let me name it. This is going to be the name, and what will be the name of the IAM role? Let's define the same. Correct. Var dot this. Fine. Okay, we are giving this, we are assuming the role here. Fine. And policy is closed now. And here, what are the policies we are applying here? You can say, see, Amazon worker policy, Amazon CNI policy, and Amazon EC2. So these three policies you have to attach anyhow. Okay, and let's change the name of this role. Instead of example, done. And now the same role you are going to provide up here. Fine. And let's go back. The role section is done. Now we are coming to this. So see, we are doing in chunks, right? So we are doing in chunks. So instead of passing subnet IDs hard coded, what we will do, subnet IDs here. Fine. So if we have defined, we need a variable subnet. We gave it. And what are all the things we need? Scaling config, desired. Maximum size should be 1, minimum size, let's keep it as it is. Okay, what else we can define? Okay, so let's see what will be the AMI type it is going to use. AMI type is optional, type of machine. So let's define R1. Okay, or let's keep it default as of now. Okay, because this is an optional field, so it is going to assign some. If you want to check, you can go to the AWS documentation and you can check for the values and you can assign. Simply you are aware of that. And what else we can add? So do we have AMI is fine. What type of instances do you want to run in this? So for that we have to search for instance types, right? So instance type, make sure what your node group is going to be of what type. Like you have used, right, like T2 micro, T2 small. So instance type, you have to, is it a type of string or list, you have to check. So in this way you have to provide. Correct. So let's copy and paste. It is going to define, so we haven't set the tags for this. Tags equals to var dot tags. Fine. And you need a, I think we have almost done from the child module side. We have almost completed. Our code is 95% completed. This complete project, you can see it is also a complete Terraform project. You are not going to get somewhere these all experiences. Okay. So once we are done with this, we will go to our main module and we will start doing the module section. Okay, so I have commented module AWS EKS. Okay, and one more module you need, AWS EKS. node group. Fine. And you need to call the source. What is the source? Dot slash eks here. And here what you have to call? Source equals to dot slash node group. Fine. And what are all the values you need? That you have to do what? You have to go to this. Keep, let me keep it in the half. Once this is done, what are the we have variabilized these all things like EKS cluster names and subnet IDs, right? So these all things we are going to call. Let's take each and every variable here. Start assigning. Okay, we will fill the variables here. Don't worry, do not worry about that. This is the subnet IDs and what else? Tags, right? We can't forget this. This is the optional field, right? But for the best coding practices you have to use for each and every resources that will help you in the billing, okay, for the higher level. And apart from that, what we have to do, this is fine. Let's declare, we are going to create a map in the next section. So let me declare a map for that, like AWS EKS cluster. Fine. And here we will start giving the values, each dot value dot same. Hope you saw my previous videos so that you can easily understand, okay, because these are very very important points, right? If you will miss, you are not going to understand anyhow. So make sure you have watched my previous video, then only you will be able to understand. Value dot tags. Fine. And let's keep this subnet field as it is as of now. Let's go to the this part. Okay, the variable which we have used above, we have to declare a variable for that, right? Take this, paste this, and here also we will use, but let's variabilize the things first. Go to node group, EKS cluster name. Okay, up. So start with node group name only. After that, what do you need? EKS cluster name. Fine. What is the other variable? Subnet IDs. What is the other variable? How many variables we have? Let me check again. Go to the variables simply and see subnet ID and tags. Tags equals to each dot value dot tags. Fine. And here, if it is going to be a multiple EKS node group, then for that we have to, obviously we have to use this, right? We have to run a for each loop. So EKS node group config, this variable I will be used. This is the map, not a variable I'm going. So let me declare this map. Okay. So these two variable I have declared now. So node group name and all, you can get it easily. Each dot value dot node group name. Tags also you got it. And what else do you need? So the EKS cluster we will keep inside, let's suppose in all of the subnets, right? We have two public and two private subnet. We will include all of the subnet, but the node group on which your actual application is going to run, where do you want to keep it? So basically I will choose private subnet, right, for more security, right? So that is why Let's here it need the EKS cluster name, right? So you, how we will get that? Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's go for this. Let's pass the variable first, correct? Then only we can easily do that. So this is our map, right? This is our map, and here we will start passing the values. Give me a second. And the next one is uh, AWS EKS NodeGroup config. This is also type of a map. Okay, this is giving an error because we haven't given any field here. Okay, so once this is done, we have to pass all the variables whatever we have declared from here. Okay, so let's start by giving a key, like, see, this will be my key. Anything, any name you can give here, no issue, not an issue. What do you need? EKS cluster name, right? EKS cluster name equals to, give it any name. So we need to pass the four subnets here, right? So four subnets, so what we can do, we have to provide the four subnets name here, right? So let's take subnet 1 as a list, right? It is taking as a list. So what we can do, we can take each and every subnet and make it as a list and pass simply. Okay, so see, subnet 1, 4 subnet, as I told, I will be keeping 4 subnets here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you can take all the subnets from here. Subnet names, fine, to public, and to availability zones, to private, and to availability zones 1b, correct? And what else do we need? We need the tag variable as well. Tags equals to var dot, okay, this is where we have to pass the values, correct? Just give it some name. What name you want to provide? Same, fine. Now we are done with that part. We are coming to this node group part, right? So what are the variable do we need to declare? Node group name, so node group name equals to, what is the name of the node do you want to provide? So let's take, I will be creating two nodes here. Okay, you can create as much as you can, but the code is, we have created the code in such a way only, so no need to worry about that. EKS cluster name, how you will pass? So how we will pass, we will take this key only. You are aware of that. I'm making sure you are following me from the previous video, so I'm not going to explain because this is going to take much time again. And once this is done, and after that, you need, where we are launching, we need to pass the subnet IDs, right? So subnet 1 equals to what? We will choose the private subnets only, correct? And subnet 2 equals to 1b, fine. So we are keeping our, okay, are we missing something here? Okay, directly we have declared, this is not, where is the key? So let me declare the key as node 1, then this. We are going to create two nodes to node 2 equals to this. Once this is done, just copy and paste the values. Now it is looking perfect. What else? Tags equals to we will pass the name only. Name equals to node 1, and here we have to change something. I will tell you because due to that you will surely you will be getting an error, I know. So node 2. Okay, what will be the name of the node? Node 2, node 2. So you can see, if you will go to the node group part, so you can see we are taking this IAM role for both of the node. So that part is going to throw a issue because it will ask you to create two roles for each and every node groups. Okay, so that is why what we have to do, we have to variabilize the node group uh, node group name as well. So for that, what we have to do, we have to go here first, node group's name, right? And here we have to define. We already have variabilized, you can see here. Let me go and here. So this is node group name. Okay, and here somehow, okay, we are passing the node group name here. Fine. Okay, understood. So okay, we have the node group name already. So what we will do, simply we will just create two roles, like see, node IAM role equals to what will be the name of the first node. So first IAM role name will be, suppose so EKS node general 1. This is fine. And second will be in the same way. Let's take this value from here. Okay, fine. So now this is not going to throw a issue, like you are using the same role for different. Okay, once this is done, you have to assign those values here, right? For that, how you will assign? Again, module dot, from where we will get this cluster name, EKS. Okay, first let's start with this, right? EKS cluster name. So how we are going to get this list of subnet IDs? So you can see we have passed this subnet in this variable format now, right? So how we are going to take these all things in form of a list? So for that, simply what you have to do, it is going to be in a list, right? So just take a list and start fetching each and every subnet. Okay, so how we will do that? Module dot, which module? Where is subnet module? You need each and every subnet by, you need to fetch each and every subnet by its name. AWS subnet. Where do we need? Here we need subnet by So each dot value dot what subnet 1 dot subnet IDs we are already fetching, we are already pass, we have already this output, right? You have saw in the previous video. In the same way you just take this. Okay, this is very complex module. Okay, 2 3 4. Once this is done, let's go one by one. Subnet ID, first we need subnet 2 here, we need subnet 3 here, we need subnet 4 here. Fine, you have the subnet IDs, you have the list now. Great. Now here if you will go down and here you need the subnet IDs. In which subnet we are deploying that? Again you will take module dot AWS subnet, and we have done what we have chosen, two subnet, public and private only, right? So take two subnet, each dot value dot subnet 1 dot subnet ID. I know you are a little confused here, but try to watch it again. And if you are more confused, then I will suggest you to go back and see the previous video, because this is not a simple one. This is a, after that you're like you are you will be experienced in Terraform after this. So this is fine. 1 and 2 I already have given. Give me a moment. So node group name, instead of this I will pass node IAM role this name. Let's declare a variable for the same. Okay, because it may conflict, because we are creating just one node and we are using the same name for the roles, so that is not going to help. So this is fine. Now go to node, not this, come to this main.tf. Fine, here you need to this, add this each dot value dot node name. Fine. So we are done with our coding part, infrastructure creation part. So see how much time does it takes to explain and coding in the real time things, real time environments. So make sure you are liking this video and dropping a comment like how you're feeling after learning these all things from me. I will wait, so that only motivates me to do more and more videos for you, and on the basis of that your next video will depend also on the basis of your response. So let's try to run this now. Let's, we have added new modules, right? So let's, you have to initialize. So we are getting some errors. One label are expected. Are we in a correct place? Open an integrated terminal. AWS case main.tf, what we have done with that main.tf. Only one labels are expected. Have you defined two variables? EKS cluster name. Let me check and come back to you. This is what I have done the mistake. Instead of a resource, I have declared it as a variable. Don't know why. Okay, now it is looking fine. Let's see. Let's wait for the output. It is initializing the modules. So yeah, so it is checking your TF state files if you have already deployed your infra. So this is fine. Let's do the plan now so that we will see the blueprint what it is going to create. So it will show what are all the resources, new resources it is going to add, because we have already deployed these all things already. So let's see, we have got one more error now. We will check EKS cluster. This is pointing. Okay, see how we will debug this module aws EKS main.tf. Fine. Okay, we are in the same module at which line? 12 line. 12 line. Example, I think we have removed the examples part. Okay, let's take this name. Fine. And second is what? Again, go down, copy this. Fine. Now do again plan. We got some more error now. Let's try to debug that. This is where we started. Main.tf module EKS. Okay, this is the one. Main.tf EKS, which line? 117 this line. Which dot value dot EKS cluster name? Let's see the side. EKS cluster name only. And let's see the right side. It's fine only. Cluster name. What else? Subnet IDs. Demo cluster. One mistake I have done here, I have closed this uh, I have closed this here only. What I have done, I have just closed here, because tag will be included, right? And from my code it was getting excluded. Let's see if we will not get any error now. Okay, cluster name string required. Module. Only one error I have now. EKS cluster name. Okay, go to module AWS NodeGroup main.tf. NodeGroup main.tf, which line? Line number 2. This one. Okay, it is opening here. I was thinking it will open in the left side. Where.eks cluster name, where.eks cluster name, one attribute, this cluster name string required, it is a string only. Do I have to pass it as a string? Okay, let's see. Okay, type default is something from where you can pass the default value. Okay, and type is something like what will be the type of variable, either it is list, number, boolean, or string. Now it is pointing to this. Let me debug this and come back to it. 132. Okay, okay, so we have to pass the name, right? Which dot value dot case cluster name dot, what was the output? Name. Let's make it a different one. EKS cluster. Let's go back here, paste it. Let's go to the TAVAR. Let's see what is the key name we are using here. We are using EKS cluster name only. That looks fine. Now let's do plan again. So see, getting error is not a bad thing, right? Here you are learning how to debug, so that will help you in your side, right? You will be prepared, like these are the issues you have already got. So see, it is taking something, each dot value dot EKS cluster name is this, and but it is having this value. See, this is the issue, right? What is the key value here? What is the key? This is the key, right? But what we are using as a key first is fine, but in the second we are passing the wrong value, right? That is why this issue is. So try to resolve from your end as well, because it is giving you in which file at which line you have done the mistake, so that is going to help you a lot. So let's see, hope now this should work. Debugging took like 10 minutes, but this is very good, like we are learning debugging as well. So as per my experience, this is going to help you a lot. So see, so if I will do plan, it is going to take more than 30 minutes, because the EKS and node group creation takes like 15 minutes minimum. Once the 15-minute will get over for the EKS, node group will start getting created, and that will also take 10 minutes. So we have a two node group, right? So that is going to take time. So see, try to code from your end. So here we are done with our this Terraform resource creation part. This was the final lecture, and after this, you no, you can't doubt yourself, like on yourself, like you do not know Terraform. You are already become Terraform pro if you are aware of these all things, if you have done these all things from your end. If you are getting any kind of doubt, please, you are welcome, you comment down in the comment section. I will try to help you out with that. Okay, and if you are having doubt with little thing as well, like why we are using list, why we are using variable, so you can check my previous playlist. I have a dedicated playlist for Terraform. Okay, and in the last, hope you liked my lecture. Please like, comment, and share your reviews, or share your experience, like how you have learned so far, and what are all the things you are planning to get from me in the next upcoming lecture. So this is Terraform is ended. From the next lecture, we will start doing the cloud formation part, and we will start the cloud formation journey. From that, we will start we will be like on the phase of our project, like we will start creating the jenkins file, the argo cd part, sonar cube, nexus, these all things integration we will see. So make sure I will start if I will get a better response. So Yeah, so thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.